Like, I know the life that I'm supposed to live. I know the legacy that I'm supposed to live. I know what I'm supposed to leave on this earth. And for me, it's not being popular or famous or anything like that. It's what legacy am I supposed to leave behind for my kids? When my kids put my picture on the wall, when people speak of me, what will I leave behind?
Yo, what's up, everybody? This is More Than a Barber Podcast. We are excited today because we have a very, very dope episode for you. I'm glad you tuned in today. And before we get started, I want you guys to do me a favor, like and subscribe, please, because we are building an incredible community and I want you to be a part of it. And today, man, we got a very, very good episode that I think is going to be a game changer. So listen, what's up, Mo? How you doing?
Going on? I'm good.
You're good. Listen, we got a good episode today.
Yeah, we do.
And I am excited because you did something. You did a thing.
Always.
Look, you did a thing. And that's what people say. I did a thing when they did a thing. And so, you know, we've been really diving into entrepreneurship. We've been diving into even turning some of our conversations from the barber chair into actual episodes.
Yep.
But today we have an incredible episode talking about content creation.
That's it.
Let's get into
Y'all
it.
ready?
Let's get into it. Let's get into it. So it's content creation. Is it dead? Is it something that, you know, people are possibly getting overwhelmed? Are they getting in the headspace where they feel like it's saturated?
Oh, God. Let me
Right?
tell you.
Is it saturated? Is it like everybody is creating content? Everybody is buying either the Sony or the Canon or this DSLR or this mirrorless camera. They're buying this equipment, right?
Yep.
But the reality of it is sometimes it's not the actual equipment. Most times it's the person.
It's the person. You are the content.
Oh.
And I wish somebody would have told me that earlier.
Yeah. You are the content.
You are the content.
100%.
You're trying to find all these different things to create content when you're actually the content. I mean, you could spend thousands of dollars trying to get the right camera, like you said, trying to get the right lighting,
Right.
the right microphones, all of this stuff, and go through hours and hours of video just to buy it, and then you don't know what to do with it. Now you got to learn it.
And you get discouraged. You get to the point to where your content is not looking like someone else's content. And so you throw in the towel because you thought it was that easy.
You thought it was that easy. I think David Shan said people believe in magic. We got a dose that believe in magic.
They believe in magic.
Sprinkle a little sauce on it. Let me buy buy your ebook, step 1 through 5. Step 1 through 5 going to show me how to create content and make 6 figures in 6 weeks.
So let me ask you this. Do you blame the individual that's buying into the product, or do you blame the one behind the product that's making it so tangible that you can literally buy this product and in 6 weeks, right, you could become, I don't know, a 6-figure earner?
No, I don't blame the person that's buying into the product because it's somebody new. It's somebody new that's trying to create content, that's trying to learn. And so what do? We go on YouTube University or we go on these different social media platforms so that we can learn.
Yeah.
The problem is the people that have learned it now. I hate to call people scammers, but they out here scamming. They're going to hurry up. They're going to sell your ebook, and it's simple as 1, 2, 3, buy my course, buy my ebook, and then your content can look like mine. So the people that have learned it, that have learned the sauce, that have learned the video quality, now they're trying to sell a quick fix, and it's never a quick fix.
And I always say, if individuals are making their content look really good and effortless, it means that they're really good at it.
They're really good at it. And they've done the reps.
That's what
people don't understand.
Yeah, you got to get those reps in.
You have to get those reps in. You have to get it in. Figure out, what do I suck at? How can I get better at this? Then you have to go back and you have to replay it, do it again. It's the reps. You're not going to get it overnight. I have all the cameras, believe me. My best video
Was on the phone.
Was on the iPhone. I'm like, I could have did it with the iPhone this whole time.
So the question today: Are you wasting money buying all of the equipment? And here's what I had to learn. I had to learn to master the equipment that you have first.
Yes.
Whether it's your iPhone and I'm gonna tell you really quick, your iPhone can do a whole lot, like legit. But master what you have now on the level that you're on, and then graduate to whatever camera that you desire or the lighting. Because again, if you don't master where you are and just try to jump to what the professionals are using and you have no experience or no knowledge behind it, it can kind of get frustrating. Not to say you can't do it, but there's a process to making good plays.
Yeah, there's no reason to go buy a $5,000 camera when you have a $1,300 phone. And there's so many things that if you look at the Apple commercials, they're showing people that's literally shooting movies with their phone.
Yeah.
So start with the camera that you already have in your hand. And then again, like you said, once you master that, you move on to the next camera. You move on to a little Sony. Then you move on to something a little bit more expensive. Then what you're doing is you're saying, am I going to stick with this? Am I going to be consistent? Because what good does it do you to have a $5,000 camera and then you get discouraged after you shot it one time because your content don't look like yours?
Yeah.
Not knowing that you may not even be the person that's shooting it.
Definitely not. And I want to say too, there's been a lot of times where here recently I got discouraged.
No, why?
Shooting content is not for the faint at heart. Like, it's not. And my motto is this. My motto is I want to learn as much as I can learn.
Yes.
Yes, I'm a professional barber, but they say if you want to have multiple streams of income, you have to learn a new skill.
You do.
So I'm learning this whole content piece where I'm learning to edit my videos. I'm learning the lighting. I'm learning the different camera and the lenses. And what I found is that it could become very discouraging because it's a lot to learn. It's a lot to learn.
It is a lot. And in the beginning of your entrepreneurial journey,
right,
you're going to learn that those skills you have to learn because you don't necessarily have the money to go out and pay a team to do those things for you. So, and that actually works in your favor.
It does.
So when you do go to hire a team, you know the time it takes to do certain things. You know the different steps. So, because you'll... as you start hiring people, it's going to take me about 2 weeks to get it to you. It's going to take me about a month to give it to you. And you know that you can do that in however many days or hours or whatever to get back to you. So it's good to learn those skills in the beginning anyway.
I have a new respect for videographers, photographers. I have a legit new respect for them.
I have respect for anybody who creates content.
Yes.
Listen, we were just talking about going live.
Going live, and if you're afraid of the camera and you're trying to get used to being in front of those reps that you spoke about.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. We talked about the frustrating piece.
Okay.
What do the person who says, look, I want to become an entrepreneur. I have the desire to become an entrepreneur.
Right.
But I don't have the budget.
Right. And that is a lot of people that run into that and they just give up. I want to become an entrepreneur. I want to maybe transition from my 9-to-5. I've already been doing something for 20 years. I'm retiring from that. I'm looking into getting to something new, or I want to get into this while I continue to have my 9-to-5, but my funds are limited, right?
Yeah.
And my thing is start where you are, right? Start where you are. A lot of people want to look at social media, and social media to me is a blessing and a curse, right? Because you feed into the hype. You see them with their, the people that's following them with their cameras and all, but that's not where they started. So for the person that's trying to get into content, that's trying to become an entrepreneur, just start where you are. We're talking about that today, and here we are. We're in a studio that I created.
So let's get into it.
So,
Mo, you literally, first of all, you had an idea.
Yeah.
It all started from an idea to literally take, some content or the content space or your space and
Right.
turn it into a content space.
Exactly.
And you took something that was really like nothing, and now it's something like it's a game changer in here. Like, I'm really proud of you. So kind of walk us through like how you pretty much came up with this whole idea.
I'm surfing, Instagram, just
Yeah.
going through social media, and I'm following this lady, and she says, hey, today is content day, and she does her batch content. She does it all in one day so that she can take multiple sides. So she goes to a content studio, and a content studio have these different backdrops, different colors, different furniture, and she's taking us along on this journey. Wow. And I'm like, and it's not like it's the first time that I saw it, but a light bulb came up. For me, it was, let me take away the excuse of I don't have a place to shoot content. Let me take away the excuse of it's not available when I want to shoot the content. Let me take all the excuses away and let me create that space. So I decided I'm going to create that space, and I'm going to create that space right here in my house. So now I don't have a reason why I can't come down here and shoot. At any point, at any time when I feel creative, guess what I have to do? I have to turn the camera on, I have to turn the lights on, and I pick what do I want my background to look like, because I've created that situation here in my home. It costs me nothing to do that.
So out of all, and we're gonna show some B-roll and all of that, because I want the community to see what you created. Like, this is I saw the before. Like, I know what it looked like before. And when I think about what you done as far as all the different sets in here, like, how much did this cost?
So for me, I always tell people, use what you have. I bought one piece of furniture, and I bought that furniture secondhand. So I didn't even go out and spend a lot of money on that. I would say max it cost me maybe $400 or $500 to create a content space here in my house. I already had one paint color. I had the black paint. I went to Home Depot. People, they'll get paint mixed. They don't come back for the paint, or it's not the color they wanted. Guess what? They have to sell it at a discounted price. So you buy that discounted paint that's already there. You're going to get it for pennies on the dollar. Wow. I have furniture in my house. I brought that furniture down. Guess what? Because I'm going to use this house. I'm going to use every...
You're going to get this work.
I'm going to get this... I'm going to use this house. You know what I'm saying? I brought, the plants. I bought the mirrors. I bought the signs from... Hobby Lobby for $15. I got the wood slats that's on the wall. I got those cut. That's probably my biggest expense. I paid $161. But I came home, I had them cut, I stained them myself, I put them on the wall. It cost nothing but my time and my energy, and I put that family to work.
Listen,
because I ain't doing this by myself.
You're not doing this by yourself,
No.
but one of the things you kind of like, you document the process.
I did.
And you're like, AP, look. And so I'm looking at my phone. It started from, AP, I got this grand idea.
Yes.
I remember the text. And then 2 days later, you were done.
I was done.
Done with the whole content space.
Yes.
Content studio. And here's the thing. If you can create this with less than $500,
Exactly.
and this was your garage.
Exactly.
Nice. I mean, legit. This is dope. We're in a new studio, all from an idea and all from someone saying, I have this idea to create something, and I took $400 and I turned this. This is literally, you can legit rent this out.
You could legit rent it out, and most people you have a 1-2. Some people have 3-car garages, and they have 4 cars parked outside. They're using their garage for junk that ain't been through in years. You can clean it out. If you're trying to create content, if you're trying to take away that money that you would have to spend at somebody else's studio, clean your garage out, put some paint on the walls, and you have a content space. If you look at every big company, look at Amazon. Where did Amazon start?
Right in the garage.
In the garage.
Right in the garage.
If you look at your top podcasters, where did they start? At a table. They started in their kitchen.
And shout out to Earn Your Leisure. I remember when we went to the podcast studio, podcast summit, they actually started in like a basement with a cell phone.
Yes.
Like legit, I think it was the pandemic when they started. Blew up in the pandemic, but they started from a cell phone. And that's the thing for me. You got a lot of people making excuses. I mean, seriously, they making so many excuses why they can't.
Exactly.
And the reality of it is they have the ability to do way more. And it's like this, if you're not where you want to be, then that means that the person that you are is not going to get you where you're trying to go.
Exactly.
Which means you have to level up. You got to read more. You got to put yourself in certain environments that's going to challenge you to grow. If you can take this garage and turn it into a content studio with $400.
Exactly.
Ah.
People have what I call don'ts, won'ts, ain'ts, and can'ts, and all of those are excuses. Don'ts, won'ts, ain'ts, and can'ts.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They don't want to do it. They ain't gonna do it. Can't do it. Every excuse. You know what I'm saying? And then when you continue to make those excuses, when you're in the same place that you were a year from now, you look at yourself in the mirror. Who said I don't? I won't. I can't. And I ain't. It's you. You can literally you can go in your closet.
That's true.
You can go in your kitchen. You can go in your office. You can go in your media room. You can go in your car and create content.
It's so many content creators that started from literally the bottom.
Exactly.
And there's so many people that's winning right now. There's so many people that, let me tell you, I started cutting hair literally in the backyard of my house, in the garage. I was cutting hair in churches, bathrooms, any place that there was a plug where I could plug my clippers. I was cutting. But here's what I did. I started with clippers from like Walmart and Kmart, and I made it work. You know, we adjust the little blade and make it sharper, right? Then I graduated and I said, man, I got to use what the professionals are using. So I was in college at this time, and I said, you know, I'm finna drop out of college. This ain't for me.
Really?
I was in my second year of college.
Okay.
I took my last financial aid check, and I bought all the top of the line
You
clippers.
bought some clippers.
I bought the clippers because I've already graduated from cutting in the backyard, cutting, you know, at churches, cutting, you know, wherever there was literally a plug to plug my, that's where I was cutting. But I graduated and I said, I'm going to follow my passion and I'm not going to make no excuses. College is cool. And respectfully, for those,
But
you know, it's not for everybody.
It's not for everybody.
I'm sitting in class listening to the professor. I'm looking at him, but I'm thinking about cutting hair. Like, yo, I can't wait till this class is over. I got about 4 heads lined up. I'm finna give him this work. I'm thinking about the type of taper I'm gonna give him. I'm thinking about the, you know, and I literally took the last financial aid check, and I went from cut it in the garage to the rest was history.
There you go. But you took away the excuse, and that's what a lot of people need to say. Take away the excuse. You know what I'm saying? Look at yourself in the mirror. How many more excuses are you going to make before you decide, let me just take this leap. Let me just take this jump.
And the thing for me, to the entrepreneurs that are afraid to jump, here's what you have to understand, that even as you get to a place where you're making some good money as an entrepreneur, you still gonna be scared to take another leap. There's so many levels in entrepreneurship. Like the first step is starting. Like, I'm just gonna do it. The second step is, how do I master my particular niche? Like, if you are a chef, who's in your area and what are they doing? And I always tell different ones, if you are willing to do what no one else is willing to do, you're gonna stand out in the crowd.
Exactly.
Do what no one else is willing to do. So if the first, you real talk. And so for me, I'm saying they have to just start. Right now, you can literally pick up a phone and record yourself cutting grass, and people will watch you going live all day.
Let me tell you, because it is people that love to watch people cut grass.
Be entertained while they're working. Be entertained, you know, while they're cooking.
Pimple popping videos. I mean,
going viral.
Yes.
They're going viral because it's like intriguing. Like, I want to see what's coming out of there. I don't want to see that.
I love them.
Oh, Lord Jesus. I don't want to see that. But it's content.
It's content. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's what are you willing to do to get where you want to be? What are you willing to do?
So the person that's saying, I want to be, an entrepreneur, I have no money, and you tapped in on that. Yeah. But it's like you have multiple spots in here that you can rent out. So tell us this, what's the next play? You built this out, what's the next play?
So for me, it was mostly let me take away the excuse. It wasn't for anybody else. It wasn't necessarily a money play. It was, I'm going to take away the excuse. I'm going to create the content studio in my house. I'm not going to pay anybody because at the end of the day, it's about keeping more money in my pocket than I am paying out. So I can just come here, I can create the content, and I can be consistent. Now, when I'm ready to level up to the next level, now, okay, let's move out of here and then let's move into a content studio space. Now, I'm never going to go shoot in somebody else's content studio, because if I can create this here, then what can I do outside of here? So then the next play would be, let me create a content studio for people that don't want to clean out their garage.
Wow.
And you know what I'm saying?
You thinking about turning that into a business? How you feel?
No, I'm not going to turn it to
Yeah. I'm like, look, that's a business.
You know what? I could teach I think I could definitely teach other people how to do it, how to create content spaces for themselves, and then they can do it as a business. But for me, it was just, let me take away the excuses. It was literally, I need to create content. I need to be more consistent. So it's me putting the pressure on myself. So if I don't create content and I've came in here and I've painted the garage walls, what am I doing?
What you doing? Yeah.
And I'm going to say, like I said before, then I'm not trying to be no entrepreneur. Then let me go back over here and send them this 9 to 5 and leave it for the people that's really out here trying to do it. So for the person that's trying to do it, that's trying to become an entrepreneur, and that feel like they have all these different barriers, it's one step at a time.
One step at a time.
One step at a time. Stop looking at the whole pie and look at, what's the first slice of the pie that I need to do? What am I going to focus on? What is my passion? What am I trying to lean into? What is the business that I'm trying to start? That's your first question.
Yeah, but what I'm looking at with you is you literally can turn what you created from an idea. Yeah. Now you could teach other people how to do it and charge.
Let me tell you something.
So that's 2 plays right there.
I watched that lady create content that day, probably at 10, 11 o'clock. At 4 o'clock, I was at Home Depot.
Wow.
At 8 o'clock, it was paint on the walls.
Wow.
See, I'm all in. Once it's in my head, it has to come out of my head. I'm not going to sleep. And I can't wait. I'm not the person that's going to say, well, I'll do it next week. No, it has to happen today.
And there's so many people that is going to watch this and say, man, if she could do it, I could do it.
Clean out your garage.
Clean that garage out. Turn your garage into a whole content studio. We're giving you a money play right there. That's a play. Turn your garage, turn your apartment, turn where you're staying into an actual studio or a content space. Because here's the thing, it can work out in your favor from a tax perspective.
Okay.
Did you want to talk about that?
Listen, and I'm not giving... Don't go tell nobody. I'm not giving you tax advice. I'm going to tell you, talk to your tax professional, but there's definitely write-offs that you can have for when you have businesses inside of your home. If you're using a certain square footage, then you can write that square footage off in your home. You can write some of that electric bill off that you're running, that it takes to run your equipment.
Absolutely.
So it's definitely a play.
It's a play, and what we were talking about offline was that when you get into the rhythm, there's a rhythm when it comes to content and shooting content. Yeah. Once you find your rhythm, it becomes easier and easier. Last month, I posted one video, but before this video I was posting every day. Yeah. Trying to learn the algorithm every day, study my analytics, study when the time to post, when the time not to post. And one day I post this video almost at 200K.
Come on now.
I'm proud of that.
I
know a lot of people got millions or whatever. Yeah, I'm proud of my 200K. And the thing about it is, it got me like 500 followers. There you go. One post. But see, the algorithm can teach you how to be consistent if you're hungry enough. Here's why. I was posting. I was getting, 15K, 10K. $30K. That was like, ooh, that's what's up, right?
Spicy.
Spicy. But the more I kept posting and being consistent in my posting, I'm like, okay, I started to see some reach.
Right.
Now, when I made that one post that went crazy, I think that's my viral.
What was it?
I'm telling you, I really don't know.
Okay.
I really don't. I didn't even like the haircut. That's the part. It was clean.
Okay, well, it was a haircut.
It was a haircut.
Okay.
Like I'm trying to figure out like what hashtag did I use?
Okay.
But literally I posted that post and then I started. It was like 5,000 real quick. I said, oh, this. I'm like, all right. Then it went to like 7,000.
Okay.
Then it went to 10,000. When it got to 30,000.
You knew you was on to something.
I said, oh, and them followers was coming in.
Yeah.
So I'm saying it's not just starting, but it's really being consistent in what it is that you're trying to push out. So you got the tax piece that you can write this off in certain respects. Make sure you talk to, because I'm definitely not a tax guy. I'm not a CPA. I can refer you to one. We can drop one.
I got a good CPA.
Yeah, right. We can drop the link in the description. But the reality of it is that you turned something that was so like small.
Yeah.
Now it's up in here.
No, and I don't want people to think that it, like, don't overthink it. That's what I want people to get out of it. Don't overthink it. We're telling you to just start, and sometimes it's not that easy. It's really that easy. It's really that easy.
Well, let me ask you this
start.
though. So you're saying is it starting that's easy, or is it just having the willpower to say, you know what, I don't care what excuses on the table, let me just go? Because some people don't have that.
I don't understand that either. So,
you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like just like the creative piece we were talking about. Are you born with creativity to where you could just anything that you pretty much touch, it turns into gold?
For me, and I get what you're saying. I have so much belief in myself, and I've proven myself through my reps that whatever I put my hand on, I'm going to be great at it. I'm not going to be good. I'm going to be great.
I like it.
So when I tell people around me that this is what I'm going to do, they already know. Okay, well, we ain't going to sleep until this get out of this girl head. You know what I'm saying? So I have so much belief in myself, and I think it's people having belief in themselves. If you don't have belief in yourself, it's going to be hard for you to start. It's gonna be hard for people to follow you.
Yeah, you have to make me believe in you.
Yeah.
Like if you believe in you, I'ma believe in you.
So when I told you that I was creating a content studio, you knew that I was gonna do it, right? You thought maybe a couple of weeks from now to be done.
I sure did. I literally thought it was gonna be about a month.
48 hours later.
AP, look. I'm looking at my phone and I'm like, this is dope.
Listen, I had everybody out here working. Wow. Everybody had a piece of the puzzle. My brother was down here. My nephew was down here. My mom was here. Everybody was here in this garage working. Everybody know that when Monique says she's going to do it, y'all, all hands on deck. Yeah,
but here's what I gather from that, though. Like, it's not that you're just creative. It's not that you just turned your garage into a whole content studio, but you a leader.
Oh, I'm a leader. I've been listening.
Like, you put everybody to work. You delegated.
I've been leading since elementary. No, I am a leader. I am a leader. I am a true leader. And it's this space between leading and coaching. And this coaching space is really weird to me on social media, because I am definitely a leader. I'm going to give you, and then military, I ain't going to tell you how many years. But
I got you. So it's in you. It's not on you. It's in you.
It's in me. I can lead a team. Wow. Here to there. I'm going to lead you. We're going to finish it.
So they say, men can lead better than women when it comes to entrepreneurship.
What is going on? Who said that?
That's what they say.
Portia Williams. Who said that?
That's what they say. Men can lead a little bit better than women, but I got to give you your props. You got you a whole content studio. I didn't mean to take your breath away. But I'm just saying, Mo, like, I'm just saying.
Jesus.
I'm just saying. But for me, when it comes to.
You always coming with some controversy.
I hit it and I back away. But I'm just saying that it's true. Like, women in certain respects, they can lead. And I'm not saying that I would never follow a woman. I have a female therapist. So I'm not ever, tripping off that. But when it comes to leadership, like there are some things that most men will most likely follow a man.
Oh no,
versus,
listen. No, I was in the military, and the field that I was in was aviation. So to be in aviation and to be a black female into aviation and to reach senior ranks in the military in that field, I had males that had a hard time following me. They really did.
What was one of the craziest experience as a female leader having to deal with the, men giving you that pushback?
Well, I had been dealing with it since I had been in the military. So it's just one of those things. No, you're going to follow and I'm going to lead. And if you can't follow, then we're going to do something about it. See, that's how this goes. I am the leader. I've proven myself. Nobody gave this to me. I had to climb the ranks to get where I'm at. So fall in line. Now, if I'm leading you astray, if I'm telling you to do something wrong that's putting your life in jeopardy, then we can talk about that. But until then, let's
But you was leading the right way. I see. There go that Houston. I see it. You did that whole little neck.
Did you see it?
I saw it. But I'm saying, like, you earned the right to be in that leadership spot.
Exactly. And some of them had mama issues. I mean, I vividly remember this one soldier that had mama issues. Listen, go talk to somebody. I'm not your mama. Let's go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've had those issues in the past, but we got over them, or they got over them.
You got them straight. Oh, Lord Jesus. See, that's what I'm saying. But that's another topic for another day. See, now you be wanting to go.
No, I'm a good leader.
Clearly. I mean, when you talk about it full circle, you put everybody to work, and in 48 hours, you got you a whole content studio.
And when they got tired, I say, listen, y'all, this is my happy space. Like, literally, this is my happy space. This is something that I love to create. Not only invent, but I also love to create. So when they got tired, y'all go inside. It's the time that I don't think about eating. I'm not thinking about drinking water. I'm not thinking about anything. I'm thinking about what is the end goal and how fast can I get there. And again, it's taking away the excuse. How dedicated are you to get to what you want to do?
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. You can't teach that to me.
No.
I don't think you can teach that level of grit. It's like either you have it or you don't.
Yeah, when we looking at the films, when we talk about work ethic, when people talk about Beyonce's work ethic, people talk about Tyler Perry's work ethic. It's in them. There is something that they're trying to get to that nothing can stop them from getting to their end goal. And a lot of people, they just don't have that in them. They get to a rough spot and, this is getting tough, let me stop. Maybe it's not meant for me. No, maybe it's meant for you to push through it.
That's so good. I said something earlier today, and I'll read it. I said something earlier today, and this was coming to me as I was typing it. It was coming to me as I was typing it. It says, your consistency will separate you from the crowd. And I said, when you are building something in the process, you can get tired, but you can't quit.
You cannot
quit. You
cannot
quit. And there's going to be some days as a content creator where you just don't feel like creating content.
There's days I get so frustrated, AP.
For sure.
There's days I get so frustrated. In those days, I'm going to back away, but I'm coming back to it because I will not be defeated.
I like that. But is the frustration coming from a place of, man, it doesn't look like someone else's? Or is it coming from the place where I'm like, what I see in my head is not coming to fruition?
For me, it's both.
Okay.
For me, it's both because I'm trying to learn a new skill. But I also want it to look like this. You know what I'm saying? And I don't necessarily have the skill. So I'm learning while I'm trying to create. And that's a hard balance.
I think it's the best way, though.
It is the best way. It's different if you already know something, but you've put in the reps. You know what I'm saying? But then when you're trying to learn two skill sets, I'm trying to learn to be consistent. I'm trying to learn how to create content. And then I have to go in the back office and I have to put that content. I have to upload it. I have to play with the lighting. I have to play with the visuals. I have to add the graphics. That's a whole skill set. That is frustrating. You know?
It can be frustrating. I get you. It could be frustrating.
Yeah.
And I think the pain for the person that's like, I just don't have the money to pay someone to edit my videos. I don't have the money to, pay someone to come shoot my videos. I would say, what skill do you have? Let's start there.
Okay.
What skill do you have? This is just kind of like how I'm thinking about it.
Right.
And then can you offer that skill set to someone from a barter and service standpoint?
That's the other thing. We have to learn how to barter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a game changer.
You have to learn how to barter.
Yeah.
You have something that somebody else needs. It may not even be in the content creation space, but hey, I have this skill set. Can I offer that to you? And you have this skill set. Can you do this for me?
I would start there.
That's the first
That's
thing.
the-
You're trying, when you're starting off, the funds are crazy.
They real crazy. You don't have the money. But here's the thing. You said it cost you $500.
Yeah.
That is someone that can literally Uber. You can Uber and make that money. Like you can Uber and say, I'm going to put myself on the budget.
You can stop eating out for a month.
Oh, Lord.
You can stop eating out for a month. You can stop drinking for a month.
Oh, yeah. I'm guilty of eating out. I'm
But
so guilty of that
that's what
too.
I'm saying. So I always tell people, when you're climbing, understand every time that you gain something, you're gonna lose something, right?
That's good.
As I'm starting to gain traction here, I'm gonna lose something. I might lose friends on the way up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lose something as I'm starting to gain momentum.
Yes.
So in order for me to create this content studio, if somebody doesn't have the money, what can you lose? What can you stop doing so that you can get that $500 so that you can create the space that you need?
That's
It
a
might
bar.
just be a corner. It doesn't have to be an entire space. Okay, I need to get paint. I need to get a camera. I need to get lights. I have this corner. Let me not eat out this month.
So good.
Let me not go drinking this month.
So good.
Let me not go shopping this month. Let me not buy that lip gloss this month. Let me not buy them lashes this month.
Or you might have to hold off on haircuts. So you could say that. We
No,
barbers
seriously.
charging $75 and $100 these days.
Dang.
Well, whoa.
Y'all expensive.
So here's.
But I ain't mad at you.
So this is just a shameless plug for all of my barbers out there. Do you realize? And we'll get back to that really quick. I want to insert this in for my barbers.
Yes.
Do you realize funerals, proms, weddings, engagements, date night? We literally, as barbers, have that man swag in our hand,
Oh my gosh, yes.
and they want the goods, but some of them guys don't want to pay. But you sure want to look good.
Why they don't want to pay? What they want to pay? How much they want to pay for a haircut?
Man, they complaining about
They
$75.
They still want to do $25. And
Ain't that gone?
I understand what people are saying. So I had my hair cut like this in 2020. No, 2000. I'm sorry. 2000. I cut my hair like this because I was living in Korea at the time, and they didn't have people over there that can do hair, so I cut it. Haircuts was $25. Me and my son used to go get haircuts together. It was easy. People are like, man, haircuts are expensive, but everything, the price of living has gone up.
Yeah.
So that price point has to go up.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it still may take the same amount of time, but again, the cost of living has to go up. You can't expect people to keep giving you $25 haircuts or $15 haircuts.
That day is dead, honestly. And now, if you're getting a $25 haircut, it's probably from somebody who's just starting out. And
yeah.
I get that. But if you're trying to create something, and I'm gonna tell you this, when you can taste success, it's almost like a feeling and it's like you can almost taste it.
You be like, oh, it's
right there.
It's right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when I say that, it's like by any means, haircuts gotta go. I mean, going out to eat. I know before I bought my crib, that's exactly what I did.
Yeah.
But I can taste it. It was like I stopped doing all the things that I was doing, buying shoes, whatever. And I saved, but it was a sacrifice.
People are not willing to sacrifice for the things that they want. They think, and I'm not taking away prayer. You can pray, but it has to be action behind it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can want, but what is the action behind the want? You have to put in the work. You have to put in the reps. You have to want it. What ET say? When you want it as bad as you want to breathe, what are you willing to do to get to the point where you want? You know what I'm saying?
You're gonna fight. Listen, if I'm trying to breathe, I'm doing everything I can to
I'm
fight
fighting.
to get it. I'm fighting. I'm fighting.
I'm like Mike Tyson. I'm biting your ear.
Because I got to breathe. I ain't trying to die in the
No,
water.
seriously, like
Yeah,
people,
that's good.
they don't want to be uncomfortable.
I like it.
I thrive in being uncomfortable.
I like it.
I
I like it.
thrive in it because I know on the other side of that, once I get through that, okay, what's the next thing? Because at what they say, every level there's a new devil.
Every level is a new devil, and that's a
There's
fact.
there's always going to be something.
And when they say every level is a new devil, it's really talking. It's so broad. You're gonna lose some friends. You're gonna listen right now. Jealousy is at an all-time high.
Is it?
Oh,
Let me
if
tell
you're
you
a,
something.
I'm serious. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I mean, if you're a content creator, if you are entrepreneur, whatever capacity that doing your thing in, it's like jealousy is at an all-time high.
But you know what?
It's always been there.
If somebody's jealous of me, I don't even know.
I mean, walk me through that. What you mean?
I don't have time to pay attention to that.
But I feel like you're going to
really
feel it,
don't.
though.
I just be in my own little world and my own little bubble. I don't even look to, because I'm so busy doing me. I'm so busy. Like when I was in here creating this space, I had the garage door up. My neighbor's like, what are you doing over there?
Yeah.
I'm just creating a space. I'm so into what I'm doing that I'm not even paying attention to what other people are doing or what other people are seeing.
Maybe that's a gift.
I just be ignoring the hell out of people.
Yeah. like maybe it's a gift.
I just be ignoring the hell out of people.
But see, my thing is,
telling
I
you.
personally, it is, maybe it's, well, no, I don't want to like make it into like,
Because even when people say I have haters, if I have a hater, I have no idea who they are. They are so low.
Yeah.
That
But
I don't even see them. If you hated me, I have no idea. I don't know why you would. I don't know who you are. I'm not even paying attention to it. I'm in my own little world because I have so many people that love me. I have so many people that support me. The small, whoever, if they do, I feel like everybody love me.
But you know
I
that
I
you
know
got
it's
that
not true.
personality, but it's not true. Unfortunately,
I know it's not true, but I can only concentrate on the things that affect me. So the people that's closest to me, everybody else is, I don't want to say nobody, but
I get you. But I mean, okay, so maybe I look at things from a different lens.
okay.
And, I interact with a lot of people on a daily basis. And so what being a professional barber has taught me is it taught me how to heighten my level of discernment.
Oh, yes. Oh, I can feel it. I'm an energy person.
Oh, man.
Oh, let me tell you.
Yeah. So for me, it's like I'm starting to see this trend amongst barbers, amongst content creators, amongst just entrepreneurs at large. Yeah. It's like we are competing with each other, but we also stealing content and stealing other sauce at the same time. It's an oxymoron. It's weird. I don't like you, but I like what you're doing, so let me steal that and make it my own.
Listen.
That's what you're dealing with. And so when you deal with that as, me, I'm just going to say a content creator, it's so ironic that for you saying you don't see it, but for me, I see it. And I keep rocking with you, but I'm
right.
And
maybe
I'm gonna move a little different.
And maybe because I've just gotten into really the social media here recently. I've just started posting here recently. Maybe it'll come. But yeah,
it's at an all-time high. But all in all, keep climbing and you're gonna feel it. You're going to see it. Keep climbing as you grow from a content studio in your house to buying a building to doing the things, because I know that's coming. It's going to happen. It's going to happen, Mo. I'm trying to tell you.
I'm here for it.
Look, she want it.
Listen, I'm here for all of it. I don't think that's not going to be my business model, but hey, I'm here for it. I'm here for anything. Going back to kind of what we're talking about, like, self-sustain. Make yourself where you have this ecosystem that you can create, that you can do it on your own until you're able to branch out and pay people, because it's expensive to pay people. Because if you pay cheap, you get cheap.
It's true.
You know what I'm saying?
So true.
When you start asking people to waver on their prices, they're going to waver on something. You're not going to get their top tier. So keep what you can in-house. And I'm just a bit proponent of that. You know,
What
just
about
when we
what?
do it.
Okay, so what about the person that again they want the quality content,
Then
but
pay, but
but if they don't have it,
then you're gonna have to learn. That's the thing. Again, you're gonna have to sacrifice something. Either you're gonna learn, you're gonna put in those reps, you're gonna put in those late hours, you're gonna get
Yeah.
frustrated, you're gonna cry, you're gonna walk away, you're gonna
Yeah.
come back to it,
yeah,
or you're gonna pay somebody to do it.
Hmm.
And if you don't have the money, guess what? You're putting those reps in. But most people, they're concerned about getting 6 to 8 hours of sleep. No,
man, you
serious.
gotta turn that bed loose. You got to turn that bed loose. Listen, like if you're going to, okay, so think of it this way, that everybody has the same 24 hours, and I think about this. If we all have the same 24 hours in a day, what makes you, myself, Beyonce, Tyler Perry, whoever these heavy hitters are from a financial standpoint, what
Right.
make them different?
They have a goal. They have an end goal. Like, I know the life that I'm supposed to live. I know the legacy that I'm supposed to live. I know what I'm supposed to leave on this earth. And for me, it's not being popular or famous or anything like that. It's what legacy am I supposed to leave behind for my kids? When my kids put my picture on the wall, when people speak of me, what will I leave behind? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
that's good.
I've already seen that.
Wow.
So in order to get to that, I know the work that I have to put in.
Do you think that from an entrepreneur space,
Mm-hmm.
do you think that people can feel that they supposed to be somebody before they actually get there? Or do you like I've heard so many people say, I just knew it. I knew I was going to be big, or I knew
Right.
I was going to make an impact on the world. Is it something that you feel, or is it something that you just kind of stumble across?
I think it's both.
Okay.
Some people, they know from very young who they are and what they want to be at a very young age. For me, I stumbled upon it.
Wow.
It was a stumble, but once I got it, it was there. It was no turning back, and I was like, show me what I'm supposed to do. Show me, just give me a glimpse, and if you show me, I'm there. And I saw it, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, you mad creative. I mean, just
No.
looking at this space, the content that you're posting, the things that you're doing,
Yeah.
I'm blown away. I'm
Listen,
blown away.
And I do everything myself. I'm gonna be in here with my saw, my electric.
Cutting the wood, like it's just
No,
amazing
seriously, yeah.
in here. So for the entrepreneur that doesn't have the money or the budget to start their business, let's go ahead and give you these tips. Number one, you want to make sure that you find a gift that you have and then barter that gift with someone that can give you what you're looking for in exchange. Number two, you have no excuse. Mo just turned a whole garage into a content studio. I know you've seen the videos. I know you've seen it. She turned this whole thing into a whole content studio, and she can offer a service on how to basically turn your space into a content space and charge. So that's a whole nother stream of income, right? And then you have to think of it like this. There's nobody has more hours in a day than you. Nobody.
They ain't making no more time. I mean, we can't get no more. We can't get 25 hours in a day.
And even if we did, you'll still be in the same place. I'm gonna sleep 10 more hours.
Exactly.
And
Like,
then
oh,
yeah.
Like what was it when the time go back?
Yeah.
It was like, oh, I'm gonna get that extra hour.
Yeah,
sleep.
yeah, exactly right.
Yeah.
Exactly right. Right now is a time to maximize. Like the world is shifting. The world is changing.
Yeah.
There's so many multimillionaires right now in this content space, and it's enough room for everybody.
It's definitely enough room for everybody, and don't think that nobody wants what you have. You know, we talked about earlier about somebody cutting grass. I mean, there's gardening, there's pimple popping, there's exercise, anything that you can possibly think of, there is an audience for it.
And they're waiting for you to start.
They're waiting for you to start. So stop the excuses and just start. You don't go out and spend a whole bunch of money. Start with the phone that you have in your hand. Turn the light on, and as you get better, as you put in those reps, your content's going to get better. The quality is going to get better. But don't make that an excuse why you can't start.
Listen, this has been another episode of More Than a Barber. Let's go. Hey, yo, check this out. If you like this episode, do me a favor. Make sure you subscribe down below. We got amazing content coming your way. Stay tuned for more. Let's go.